Hi. Today happens to be the birthday of my dearly departed friend and the formatter of my forthcoming book, Ross Steiner. We were mere tweaks away from being finished with the manuscript when he passed away suddenly. And happily for me, my chief editor stepped in and finished up the final few edits that needed to be made in order to be ready for publication, which coincides with Ross's birthday today. And one of the poems that's in the book was actually inspired by Ross because I had been going through a period of grief and loss and sorrow, and he tried to say that he'd never experienced grief, which was not entirely true at all. It's just that he processed it differently than most normal human beings. He absolutely refused to allow it to destroy his happiness. So I was inspired to write this poem, and I'd like to read it today in honor of his birthday. It's called An Unorthodox Wish. Just a gentle reminder, since you've no tangible life experience with grief, to my relief and disbelief, 60-odd years on earth without a sorrow or loss begs the question, how? But the grieving process, it goes beyond the scope of our relationship with the deceased, dearly departed. We so often find ourselves examining every aspect, the nuances of our lives. We contrive an inventory, sketch and devise formulas for dissecting the scenarios that might possibly play out. I cannot imagine the odds of one living life in its entirety unscathed by death's claims. But I would hazard to guess that's the definition of success. A journey through life is precarious. The landscape is strewn, riddled with landmines of various kinds. We serpentine through fields unknown. Hope beyond hope, not to be thrown into a deep tailspin of bitter remorse. An unspoken expression of gratitude, a simple I love you we left unsaid. I've always selfishly wished to be next. Spare myself the whirlpool of emotion that defines is grief and heartache. For my own sake, without considering the loved ones I will leave in my wake. And so, with that selfishness in mind, my unconventional favor to ask you is if your presence could long outlast that of my own here on earth, please. I have no desire to cause you pain, but in order for you to die unscathed, it would mean the unthinkable for me. Losing you, something I refuse to indulge. If we contemplate a life that's well lived, yours far surpasses my own mediocrity. Sadly, for you, others will agree with me and ask you to experience their losses. Mourn us, but feel no sadness or sorrow. Embark on each tomorrow with only joy. I did it. Happy birthday in heaven, Ross. I miss you.